Cougars finished with a record of 8-4 before losing in the second round of the playoffs to South Warren. Last week, it was a 23-6 victory for the Cougars to defeat the Hancock County Hornets and open up the year 1-0. This week, it is a rivalry renewed as these two teams went at it in the mid-90s, going at it quite a few times, with Nelson County taking most of those matchups. In fact, the last one in 1998 here at Grayson County, a 55-20 victory for the Cardinals. And a good evening and welcome here to Cougar Stadium, as it's the home opener tonight for the 2019 season here between the Grayson County Cougars and the Nelson County Cardinals. Today on the pregame show, we will introduce you to both teams. We will also let you know, give you a conversation with the Cougars offensive coordinator, Brian Jones. We'll give you the keys to tonight's game and also some of the other games that you'll want to keep an eye on as this night goes on. We are under 30 away from kickoff here, so we'll take a 2-minute break and come back here as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
At Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield, you'll find the area's largest selection of late model vehicles with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. And with a $500 trade assist on every qualified purchase, a broad network of lenders, low interest rates, Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield is the best choice for your next vehicle purchase. And if you don't see what you're looking for, they will find it. Plus, the friendly professional service staff is always there to meet your needs. Dan Powers GM Center, 1517 Elizabethtown Road in Litchfield.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Welcome back here to Grayson County as the Cougars here actually in some new uniforms, it looks like, as they're in all orange as something a different look. I think they were primarily in their navy tops last year. Nelson County on the other side wearing red pants and a white top. Tonight, though, is a Hall of Fame night, as we'll try our best to bring you as much of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony as 3 players going to be inducted. But there's also some tailgating going on. In fact, the Cougar students are tailgating tonight. In fact, you can see that if you're watching with us on YouTube or Facebook. In fact, if you are listening to our radio broadcast and you much rather watch the broadcast, you can go to K105.com and the link to watch will be right there in the middle, or you can go to K105's Facebook page and there'll be a link to watch there as well. Nelson County entering this game with a record of 0-1. Their head coach is Dirk Strunk. He is 0-11 in his second season. Last season, the Cardinals finished with a record of 0-10. They have lost 11 games in a row in 30 of their last 31. Nelson County, though, won the 1996 4A state championship when they were paired in the same district as the Cougars. Something interesting about that game is that Nelson County won after the team that they were playing missed an extra point in overtime. So that's how they won. They won by 1 point because of a missed extra point. So kind of an interesting thing there. Nelson County was in 5A last year. They dropped down to 3A to start this season. They are in a district with Bardstown, E-Town, LaRue County, and Thomas Nelson. So the interesting part about this Nelson County team is, first off, is they did not provide any stats on KHSAA. So it leaves us kind of blind, as we just have to go off the roster that was supplied there as well. So the only quarterback that was listed on the roster for KHSAA is Jerron Tung, as he is a 6', 190 senior. Tung is looking to replace David Strunk, who passed for 687 yards and 4 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He was 44 of 111 for an average of 98.1 yards per game. Strunk was also the leading rusher, as he had 253 yards and a touchdown. A year ago, as passing-wise as a team, this Nelson County team was 58 of 148 with 5 touchdowns, as there were 841 total passing yards for an average of 84.1 yards per game. Running backs, it was 266 attempts, 3.4 yards per carry, and 90.3 yards per game. And it was 903 total rushing yards. It was 58 receptions for the wide receiver, averaging 14.4 yards per catch, 839 total yards. Last week, the team accounted for only 67 yards of offense and were shut out by Washington County. Scoring offense last year averaged 12.4 points a game. The team only scored 10 points, though, in a game once in their final 5 games of the season. The rushing defense gave up 333 yards on the ground a week ago. The Commanders of Washington County scored 7 touchdowns on the ground. They also scored 1 through the air on 105 yards passing. Jacob Beam was the leading tackler last year with 101 tacklers. And the team forced 14 turnovers a year ago with 10 fumbles recovered and 4 interceptions. So they returned 2 of those fumbles for a touchdown. Last week, though, they did intercept 2 passes against Washington County. Last year, they gave up 40.6 points per game, and they gave up at least 31 in every single game. Christopher Rich is the starting kicker who is listed on the lineup there for Nelson County. Again, their head coach, Dirk Strunk. He's 0-11 in his second season, and throughout the game we'll be telling you a little bit more about him, as he really does have a powerful story. We'll be sure to bring that to you here at times throughout the game. We'll take a break and let you know a little bit more about the Grayson County Cougars. This is Cougar Football right here on K105.
At the core of most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Have you ever wished your life came with a handbook? Well, you're in luck. That's exactly what the Grayson County Extension Office is. Your handbook for life. Let the ladies at the Extension Office bring you the most up-to-date information in all areas of your life, like cooking, gardening and canning, financial stability, disease awareness classes, early childhood education, farming, and even 4-H club, just to name a few. But if you can think of it, the Grayson County Extension Office can teach you. A free resource to help you navigate life a little easier.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars are getting ready to take on Nelson County here to open up the home season. Grayson County 1-0 on the year, It was a 23-6 win over Hancock County a week ago. Logan Kopp was your starting quarterback. He was 1 of 2 for only 8 yards, but it was just the efficiency of running the offense. He had 17 carries for 44 yards with 2 touchdowns. Hunter Gibson was the leading rusher there last week. He rushed 21 times for 130 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Stewart came in kind of down in that late third quarter, early fourth quarter, and rushed 8 times for 60 yards. Mason Miller and Jacob Kerr also combined for 5 rushes for 5 yards. So those are 2 names that you will need to keep an eye on here as we move forward here this season. It'll be interesting to see how the Cougars might be able to do even more running backs, as that's something that I know that Coach Smart was really wanting, is to use as much as possible and go through there. So it's something that they really, really want moving forward with that. Gibson caught the lone pass in that win last week, as it was for 8 yards. Hunter Toms was intended on a, I guess you could say a quote-unquote Hail Mary of sorts, as it was at the end of the first half. Dylan Zabel was starting another wide receiver, but he was not targeted, as the team is looking to replace a lot on offense. If you listened to the Cougars at all last year, you knew the quarterback Noah Bullock, you knew Q McHenry, you knew Derek Ruth, you knew Cameron Harris, you knew Andrew Haycraft. Well, they're looking to fill all of those roles here this season. And last week you saw the possibility of some of those coming more and more, as it was I don't want to necessarily say a surprising performance by the Cougars, but it was something that I think a lot of people were happy to see when they ended up seeing it, because I think expectations were not quite where they were maybe last year. So it was good to see the Cougars pick up, and it's always good to start a season at 1-0. Team went for 2 once last week. They came up just short as they fumbled that snap, as they converted 8 last year. They did run 53 plays in that game, and they did not trail in the game. They did not score on their opening drive. Instead, they went 3 and out, so I'm sure that they'll be looking to change that up here to get a good start on this one. 3 of the team's 4 scores from a week ago came off of turnovers and turnovers on down. So it was taking advantage of mistakes by the offense. And that's exactly what they were able to do here. As you look down on the field right now, you can see Logan Kopp warming up here, warming up the offense, number 11. As again, Kopp 44 yards on 17 carries with 2 touchdowns. Last year, the Cougars, or this last week rather, the Cougars averaged 6.7 yards per carry and 267.5 yards per game. So it's be interesting to see how the Cougars can move forward here. Rushing defense gave up only 101 rushing yards last week against Hancock County. 65 of those, though, came on one play, when Darian Clay scored a touchdown, as last season they averaged giving up 110 yards per game in the Darian Clay touchdown. You heard Coach Smart mention last week on our postgame show that there was a blown coverage, and that's why he ended up scoring it. But in a lot of ways, you just got to tip your cap to Clay, as it was a great run by him as he took it up the near sideline and all the way down, and was able to score to make it at that point a 7-6 Grayson County lead, and that turned out to be the lone score of the game for the Hornets. Pass defense for the Cougars didn't give up any yards. I think the Hancock attempted just a few passes in there. They averaged giving up 71 yards per game, but you want to look into that as it's something different. As they played 3 teams a year ago that passed a lot. Graves County with their quarterback, and then you had obviously South Warren playing them twice with Gavin Spurrier, and then Bo Buchanan down at Bowling Green playing them once. So they had 4 of their 12 games from last year were against pass-first teams. So that's kind of where, and those were probably 3 of the 4 best teams that they played a year ago. The scoring defense gave up 6 points last week, and average giving up 24.8 a year ago. Zach Bratcher was the leading tackler last week. He added 1 tackle for loss. He had 9 total tackles. Cooper Terry was second on the team with 8 total tackles. Last year, he led the team with 63 total tackles. Ryan Coates and Jacob Kerr each had a sack. Coates and Mode each also had fumble recoveries as well. Hunter Pendergast led with 2 tackles for a loss in the game last week. The team is 6-0 in the last 5 years when they hold a team to less than 200 yards of offense. They did it 3 times last year, and they also did it last week. And obviously, you look at that stat and you can say, well, yeah. I mean, if you hold a team to under 200 yards, you're going to win a lot of games. But it just proves that if the defense plays well, the Cougars traditionally will perform at a high level. Team forced 5 Hancock County punts and held them to 0 of 2 on 4th down conversions as well. They were forcing them to give them the ball back and let their offense do. And when you hold a team from not allowing them to convert a 4th down, That's a big thing moving forward for your defense. Logan Raymer is the starting kicker for the Cougar last week. He was 2 of 2 on extra points, and he also hit a 37-yard field goal before the half, and we were watching it, and it was probably good from 50 to 52 as he nailed it right down the middle. So it was good to see that for Mr. Raymer, and it's a big weapon for this Cougar offense here moving forward here in this game as the student section is starting to file in, but it's almost like we have a college atmosphere here as there's a lot of people who are out at the quote-unquote tailgate, so I'm sure that they'll be making their way in here as we got about 15 minutes away from kick, so I'm sure that we'll be making their way in here within the next couple of minutes. Tonight is also Hall of Fame night. 3 players being inducted into the Grayson County Hall of Fame as you have Doug Thompson, Tyler Green, and Dale Baldwin. So again, we'll try to bring you as much of that halftime show as much of that as we can possibly bring you. As again, so it's Dale Baldwin, Doug Thompson, and Tyler Green. Doug Thompson, of course, if you ask many people, the greatest player to ever play for Grayson County Cougar football. So as he had 2 monster seasons as a junior, he rushed for over 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns. And as a senior, he rushed for 1,764 yards and 23 touchdowns, averaging 176 yards per game and an unbelievable 8.9 yards per carry. So it's something that you want to watch for and see if Thompson can continue to play well or in things like that, as it was he tragically passed away in 2015, but is survived by his children, Joseph and Shauna Dean, his brother Billy Thompson, sister Angela Thompson, and 4 grandchildren. Tyler Green was a tennis player. He played for Center College from 95 to 99, and then Dale Baldwin was a UK cheerleader. As a member of that UK cheerleading team, he won 3 national championships. Very few GCHS graduates can say that they've won a national championship. Probably even fewer can say that they have won 3. Looks like both coaches are meeting at midfield here along with athletic director Jason Kincaid. So we're getting closer and closer away from getting underway here in this game. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will talk with the offensive coordinator for the Grayson County Cougars, Brian Jones, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Have you ever wished your life came with a handbook? Well, you're in luck. That's exactly what the Grayson County Extension Office is. Your handbook for life. Let the ladies at the Extension Office bring you the most up-to-date information in all areas of your life, like cooking, gardening and canning, financial stability, disease awareness classes, early childhood education, farming, and even 4-H club, just to name a few. But if you can think of it, the Grayson County Extension Office can teach you. A free resource to help you navigate life a little easier.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org. Answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
Welcome back here to the Locker Room Show on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the Grayson County Cougars offensive coordinator Brian Jones. And Coach, after watching film from last week's game at Hancock County, what did you see that you really liked?
You know, I thought we did a pretty good job up front. Once we decided to get in the power eye and just kind of run at them, I thought we did a really good job controlling the line of scrimmage. And, you know, I thought that was something that we were able to do quite a bit last year. And we lost 4 or 5 starters. So we weren't real sure how we would be able to control the line of scrimmage this year. And so, you know, McLean, I think we struggled a little bit at the line of scrimmage. And so we moved a few kids around, moved Ryan David Coates to center and moved Hall over and kind of switch their spots, and it seemed to really help us control the line of scrimmage. So I was really pleased with us getting a push up front.
What did you see that you not necessarily didn't like, but things that you really needed to work on?
Some of our two-back stuff there early on, I felt like we moved the ball really well in our, I guess our bread and butter two-back shotgun stuff, and then we kind of stalled at it. And I think some of it was self-inflicted, and so some of the option reads and stuff. Of course, Logan Kopp hasn't had a whole lot of reps there. You know, we had worked some other kids and had decided to kind of go with him late. And so he hadn't got the reps I think he needs in the option. And so those are the things that kind of just jumped out, the, you know, reps at the option for the quarterback, and then just some of our two-back stuff, some timing stuff.
We talked with Coach Smart last week about Logan Raymer hitting the 37-yard field goal, and we talked about what it was like for a head coach to have that. But for an offensive coordinator, what is it to have a weapon like that, and what can that mean for a team?
You know, I think it's something that, you know we've got to, you know, you don't have to get to inside the 5 every time. You know, we can get it down to, say, the 15 and feel real confident about coming away with points. And ultimately, you know, on the offense side of the ball, that's our goal every time we touch it, is to come away with points. And when you don't always have a good leg like that, sometimes it's a lot more difficult because you're trying for touchdowns rather than, say, a yard line where you feel comfortable with his leg. And so I think that gives us a lot more confidence in him and kind of changes play calling. So, you know, if it's third down and you're close to his range, you know, you may go for getting the field goal rather than taking a shot and not getting any points at all. So he gives us the ability to, you know, change how we do things.
At the same time, you look at your defense, and you see last week that other than one play completely shut Hancock County down. As an offensive, that's got to feel good that you can, if things aren't working your way, defense that can keep you in the game.
Yeah, you know, going into last week, myself, and I don't think he needs my approval, but, you know, Coach Smart, I had ultimate confidence in his game plan because I had seen what he, you know, had against them last year, and we felt like we were as good, if not better, on the defense side of the ball. You know, he does a tremendous job with the defense, and so having him over there, knowing that, you know, most teams are going to struggle, and knowing that he's, you know, phenomenal at making adjustments on the fly, really helped last week because, you know, we scored early, and then, like I said, we went through the second and third quarter and kind of had struggled, and they had scored and on the big play, and so it was like, you know, what do we do here? And then we decided to change things up and really opened it up with the power eye. But having a defense that plays as good as they do and a coach as good as Coach Smart is definitely helps us because we know that we're going to get our opportunities.
Last season, Coach Smart and I talked at length about going up against teams like Bowling Green and South Warren, where you go in and you just see that, I mean, I think he would just say that you were overmatched in some instances. Tonight, not necessarily that you're overmatching a Nelson County team, but it's a Nelson County team that has lost 30 of 31 games. How do you change your message, or do you change your message to your team when you're kind of looking at it from a Bowling Green point of view in a way, if you get where I'm coming from this?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's about you know, taking that step where our team's not put in this position very often. And when we've been in some positions late last year, we felt like there was an opportunity to really open up against some teams, and we didn't do it. And so we've kind of focused a little bit on, you know, what it's like to be on that side of where you have some expectations to perform at a certain level based on your opponent. And that's kind of where we've wanted to focus, is not letting up, not being complacent. And, you know, I guess for lack of way to being a better way of putting it, you know, being the bully when you're the bigger and better opponent. And so hopefully we see that tonight, because it'd be a good opportunity to maybe bring in some young guys, get them some reps, because it's a long season and some of those guys are going to have to play. And tonight may be an opportunity for them to, get a taste of varsity football.
What are you wanting to see from your offense against this Nelson County defense?
I think we need to finish drives. I want to see us not hit that lull like we did last week against Hancock County and really just kind of be able to do what we want to do, impose our will, control line of scrimmage. I'd like to see us maybe throw it a little bit more and see if that's something that we're going to be able to rely on later in the season when we need it. And so really just kind of open up our offense. I think last week we did some things early, and then we became very vanilla in the power I because they couldn't stop it. And, so this week I'd like to kind of open up and just see how some of our other formations and plays, look against an opponent rather than ourselves in practice.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
We'll have more here coming up after this.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Welcome back, Sam Wormley here with you as we got to get going here. We're under 3 minutes away, so we'll take a break and have the play-by-play of tonight's game after this. This is Cougar Football right here on K.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
welcome here to Grayson County High School, where tonight it's time for football in Litchfield for the first time here in the 2019 season. The Cougars and the Cardinals here of Nelson County. Sam Gormley here with you for the call. As it's a rare 6:30 start. Grayson County won the toss and they deferred to the second half, so Nelson County will start this game here with the ball. So we appreciate you tuning in here to tonight's coverage, as it's our first real, broadcast here on K105 Digital Productions of Cougar Football. Last week with some technical difficulties held us back from doing them. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that everything is ready to go for tonight. Kick is up. Raymer, it's a little pooch kick that is going to be caught here at the near side by Lyndon Cecil. That's where it'll be placed here about the 30.
Cody, turn your microphone off.
So Nelson County will start this game here with the ball.
Gone.
Oh, it was a fumble. The Cougar sideline was saying that it was a fumble. It was their way. Nelson County fumbles it, and the Cougars, and I saw one Cougar coach, I think it might have been Ed Smart down there pointing, saying it's our ball. And the official at first was lining it up for Nelson County, so the Cougars are going to get the ball here to start this game. So Cougars get it here after the fumble. So the ball is placed at the Nelson County 33-yard line. Shotgun formation for Cobb. He's going to hand it off. We got a triple reverse. It's going to go around the left side to Hunter Gibson, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss. About 1 yard on the play. It was Landon Cecil in there on the tackle. So they tried a little bit of trickeration. And it's going to end up costing the Cougars a loss of maybe about 2 yards on the play. Back to the 31. So here it comes. Cougars under center here. It's the shotgun formation. One running back on each side of Cobb. He's got two wide receivers here to the near side. Cougars looking from left to right on your radio dial. Cobb's going to carry this one across the right side. Does a pitch out. Gibson's able to reach out the left hand. He's across the 30. Down inside the 25. Yard line. Bring the Cougars down close to the first down marker, and it is a first down pickup for the Grayson County Cougars. So first down Cougars. So a nice pickup and a nice start to the game here for Grayson County. So the Cougars here working first down and 10. Ball placed on the 21-yard line. Cobb is under center. He's got Kerr and he's got Gibson. Gibson's going to go in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Kerr, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss. In there on the tackle was number 31, Israel Jones. So it's a loss of yardage there. He'll be pushed back about 2 yards back to the 23-yard line. So it'll be second down at 12. Handoff here for Grayson County, and nothing going on that one either. There was Jacob Kerr as well. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage there, but he does to the 23. So it'll be third down.
Yeah.
Go into there. So here it comes. Logan Cobb back to pass. He's going to throw it out to the left flat. And breaking forward down inside the 20-yard line near the first down marker. This is to Hunter Gibson out in the left flat. So it'll bring up 4th down, and the Cougars keep the offense on the field, or will they go to Logan Raymer? The 16. So it'll be placed down to the 16. So it'll be 4th down and about 5. The Cougar offense, though, is going to stay on the field. 9 minutes to play here in our opening quarter. So if you're watching with us here on YouTube or Facebook, we are attempting to fix the audio issues right now. We have a penalty flag on the play. The Cougar fans are cheering, so it appears that it might be against Hancock County. And on 4th down and 5, that would bring up the first down. And here comes the official making the call, and he's now going to confer with another official to see what it would have been. Cougars got Hancock County to jump off sides multiple times a week ago. It is a penalty on Hancock County. It's a 5-yard. That will turn into a first down for Grayson County. First down and 10 from the 11. Let's hope that might have fixed some of our audio issues. So Grayson County here coming up. There. I'm hoping that we're fixing our audio issues. So it'll be first down and 11. Coming up here for Grayson County. It's faking the handoff to Kerr. Kopp is in the backfield. He gets away with one, and he's going to be brought down for a big loss as he got away from the defender at first, but he's going to end up falling down. And we have an injured Cardinal on the play, but Logan Kopp is going to be brought down for a loss back to the 24-yard line, it looks like. So that's a loss of 13 yards. So it'll bring up 2nd down and long here for the Cougars. So it'll be 2nd down and 23 coming up for Grayson County. But there is an injured Cardinal down on the field. So 2nd down and long coming up here for the Cougars. So as these, and let's hope that this is nothing too serious here, as we have our trainer for Grayson County is coming out to see. And but yeah, we want to remind you to stay tuned in to the halftime show here today. We will have Cougars in the classroom, and we make a trip to Clarkson Elementary School, where we are going to learn a little bit more about something cool that's happening there. So be sure to stay tuned in to that, and you'll be able to do that. And hobbling off the field for Nelson County, and I think it is number 21, Andrew Reagans. And for Reagans, he is one of the top players here on this defense coming back. So he's a name that I know that I marked down as he attempted some passes and stuff along with that. Here comes a run down the near side. It is Hunter Gibson down here in the near side. He diving towards the goal line. Is he in? It is a touchdown, Cougars. Hunter Gibson takes it up the near side and goes in from 24 yards out. And the Cougars have taken a 6-0 lead here early on. So a 24-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson. So Raymer placed down, the kick is up, and he put it through. So the Cougars have taken a 7-0 lead with 7:55 to play. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
At the core, most.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs.
So it'll be returned. So they will place this here at the Nelson County about 28-yard line, 28, 27, depending on where you'll want to put it. So I think it's probably at about the 27 and a half. We'll give them the 27. So Nelson County here for their first true possession here of this game, with 7:52 to play here in our opening quarter. 7-0 Cougars lead. Handoff right up the middle, nothing going, as that was Juan Brito, and he's going to be stopped for a loss on the play. Multiple Cougars were in there on the tackle. Hunter Pendergast is going to be the one in there first. And they're going to say it's a loss of maybe about a half a yard on the play. So back to the 26-yard line now. It'll bring up second down and 11. So again, Hunter Gibson was the touchdown for the Cougars. They lead this one 7-0 here with 7:15 to play in our opening quarter. It's going to be another, actually this one is kept by the quarterback Tongue, and he's going to be stopped for a loss as well. The read option, he faked the handoff to Brito, and the Cougars stopped that one for a loss as well. That'll be a loss of about 2. So it'll be back down to the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up third down and long here for Nelson County. Nelson County, again, did not have any passing yards a week ago in their loss to Washington County. Their head coach is Dirk Strunk, 0-11 in his second season. So I presume that this would be a passing down. Nelson County, one wide receiver out wide to the right. And it's going to be handed off up the middle, and the Cougar defense is there to stop that one without any luck at all. And the fumble, there was a fumble recovered here. Ryan Mode ended up coming down on top of the ball. He came down with it, and the Cougars here will take over. So a fumble, and Grayson County recovers it. It was Ryan Mode that comes down with it with 6:15 to play here in the first quarter. No, it is not a fumble, so they say that it's not. So I thought Ryan Mode came down with the ball, and they have changed it back. So kind of an interesting, the officiating crew has not been great communicating with the press box. In the first play of the game was a fumble on the kickoff, and we really had no idea what was going on there either. The snap and the punt, it's a line drive punt. Logan Kopp's going to call for a fair catch at the 50-yard line. So that's where the Cougars here will start this next drive. So Grayson County going to run out here, try to see if they can get this offense moving just like they did in the last one. 7-0 Grayson County leads. Let's see if we can't bring you some updates here from around the region. As some games that are going on here tonight, we'll run down that list for you. Warren East and South Warren are playing. Warren Central and Greenwood will follow that game today at WKU. Fort Campbell will travel to Trigg County. Monroe County is playing Hart County. Apollo at Caldwell County. Owensboro Catholic at Davis County. Butler County traveling to Edmondson County. So that's the Cougars' opponent next week. Here with 6:12 to play here in the first quarter. Ball placed at the 50. Lazy snap. Kopp's going to take it, and he's going to try and keep it himself. He's going to dive at the line of scrimmage and maybe pick up half a yard. So Brian Jones, the offensive coordinator, kind of stuck his hands out asking, what happened there? That's not necessarily what you want. Other games, Muhlenberg County travels to Logan County. Breck County travels to Metcalfe County, and McLean County is traveling to Ohio County. Most of these games have not started yet. Of course, we started early today with Nelson County being the team from the Eastern time zone. They started this game 30 minutes earlier than they typically would. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers out to the left side. Kopp's going to throw it to the near side to Gibson. It's caught, and Gibson's immediately hit, but he's going to break through across the 45 and being brought down at about the 42. So across midfield in there on the tackle for Nelson County was Landon Cecil. But he will bring that down to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 7 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. So a screen pass here to the near side. You only saw Kopp throw the ball twice last week. So it's the first one here today from that vantage point. Shotgun formation again. Kopp takes it, and it'll be handing off to Jacob Curry. He's got a hole, and he's going to run into a brick wall at the 35-yard line. It's enough for the first down. But he ran into a Cardinal defender and bounced right off of him. So it'll be down to the 35, pickup of 8 yards and a first down, Grayson County. So Logan Kopp gets the play call here from Brian Jones. 4:30 to play here in the first quarter and counting. Here comes shotgun formation. Sending a man in motion here from the near side to the far side, and we're going to have a timeout here called by Grayson County, presumably. It is a timeout, Cougars. We'll keep it here, though, and the Grayson County, again, calls their first timeout here of the game, and I think just some communication issues there on that side. So Grayson County here, again, they're 1-0 on the year. Next week, they will be back here at home hosting Edmonson County. It's the battle for the tobacco stick 1 week from tonight. So that'll be back to a 7 p.m. kick. So our coverage will start at 6 p.m. at 6:30. So any of the networks that you might be watching on right now, that you will be able to see and go from that end. So again, 7-0, Grayson County leads after a 24-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson. So we come back to action here. Ed Smart walking down the near side all by himself. It's a handoff to Curry. He's going to do a pitch pass to Hunter Gibson, who will throw down, and we have a touchdown. Grayson County here to the near side. Hunter Toms is the one who comes down with it. A trickeration works this time. Hunter Gibson throws one down the field. A beautiful touchdown pass for 35 yards. Touchdown, Cougars. Hunter Gibson to Hunter Toms. The Hunter combination comes together there. 4:05 to play here in the first quarter. And Logan Raymer puts it through, so the Cougars have taken a 14-0 lead here. Trickeration was what does it on that one. So it's exactly how you want to see an offensive start here. And, I mean, they tried the trickeration earlier in the game, and it didn't really work for much. So we have 4 minutes and 5 seconds to play here in the first quarter. So 35-yard touchdown pass from Gibson to Toms. So Raymer set to kick this one away. Ed Smart, head coach of Grayson County, 78-90 in his 16th season at the helm. Kick is a line drive. He's going to boot it over the head, and we're going to have a touchback on that one. So Logan Raymer picks up his first touchback here of this season. That's what you heard Ed Smart talk about last week, is it's a big-time weapon to have a kicker because he can place it where, you know, sometimes he said that Raymer, he might just want him to put it at a certain point. And with him playing soccer as well, he's got a lot more accuracy. So the ball placed at the 20-yard line, so that's where Nelson County will start this one. Head coach for Nelson County is Dirk Strunk, as he comes from the Alabama-Mississippi area to be the head coach at Nelson County. I think he said he had family in this area, as there's going to be a handoff up the middle off to the right tackle. And that carry was taken by number 24, Juan Brito. So it's a pickup of 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up. .330 now and counting to play. 14-0. Grayson County leads this one here in our opening quarter. Shotgun formation. It's a pistol formation. In fact, dropping back to pass now is Tongue. He'll fire over the middle, and the pass is going to be caught on the far side of the field. And now the two officials are talking to see if it actually was caught. I believe the person who was caught was Reagan's. Flag is on the play. So the official holding on Nelson County. So that will negate the pass completion. So we'll play 2nd down over again, and they'll back them up. So they'll place this one down to the 10-yard line. So down here to the 10. 2nd down and 21 coming up here for the Cardinals, who have not really had much success at all moving the ball here on their first couple of drives. Pistol formation again. Brito's in the backfield behind the quarterback, Tongue. And we have a whistle blown here. And a timeout taken here by Nelson County. So 3 minutes here to play. Now in the first quarter, Grayson County leads this one 14-0. And again, we're still before the point where we really can bring you a lot of updates, because this is the only game that is going on right now of any real interest, other than Warren East and South Warren are going on down at at WKU's campus. And I haven't seen anything. E-Town and North Hardin, they're all tied up at no score. Central Hardin leads John Hardin 21-0 in the first quarter of that game. And that's really all I'm seeing come through here in this one so far. Here's the South Warren 9, Warren East 6. That's in the second quarter. So that game happening over at WKU's campus. So here we come back to action. 2nd down and long coming up here for Nelson County. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers out wide to the right. 1 out here wide to the left. And it's going to be taken by Tongue off the right side. He's going to pick up a couple of yards before being brought down from behind. Ryan Coates just grabbed him by his jersey and kept him from going any further. So it'll be 3rd down and long as it's a pickup of 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and about 15 coming up here for the Cardinals. It's a pretty good crowd here. In fact, do we even have the Nelson County mascot here? We do. The Nelson County mascot is on the opposite side of the field. You don't necessarily usually see the opposing team bring their mascot. Tongue out to pass. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to throw out into the flat, and no one is there. So it's an incomplete pass, and the Cougars will force Nelson County to punt here. They got a decent punt there last time out, so it'll be a punt coming up. So it'll be back down after the incomplete pass as it was intended for Ray Gaines. So the Cougar offense here is going to take over. Logan Kopp is standing back at the Nelson County about 43-yard line, talking with one of the back judges. I'm sure Coach Smart is going to hope that they might be able to have some more success in returning a punt. In fact, Kopp's going to back up now to the Nelson 48. Snap, it's a good one. And it's a short kick. It's going to take a bounce at the 39. Kopp's going to pick it up at the 44. He's across the 35 and out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So Logan Kopp with about a 15-yard return, and that's where the Cougars will start their third possession here of this game with 1 minute and 59 seconds here to play in the first quarter. So ball is going to be placed at the Nelson County 29. Field possession has been the story of this game here so far for the Cougars. Their 3 possessions, they've started at the Nelson 33, they've started at the 50, and they've now started at the Nelson 29-yard line. So a lot to like there. So 1:59 again to play here in the first quarter. And another whistle here blown by the head official. He said something to Jacob Kerr. I'm not really sure what it might have been, but we appear back to action here. Shotgun formation. Kopp fakes the handoff. He's going to have to get away. He's going to spin away from 2 men, continuing to run around, and he's finally going to be brought down for a loss of about 2 yards. Logan Kopp was running in circles away as he had about 2 Nelson County defenders chasing him. They were almost playing duck, duck, goose of sorts running around, so it'll be a loss of about 5 yards on the play, maybe even 6 back to the 35-yard line, so it will be a loss of 6. Second down and 16 coming up. So if you just joined us, Grayson County scored their 2 touchdowns. Hunter Gibson, a 24-yard touchdown run. And then he also, off some trickeration, passed to Hunter Toms for a 35-yard touchdown. 3 wide receivers out to the far side. Kopp is going to be brought down in the backfield. And he kept that one instead of handing it off to Kerr. And he pays the price for it, brought down for a loss of, waiting for the spot. So it's a loss of 5 yards back to the 40-yard line. So it'll bring up third down here in 21. Cougars going the wrong way here on this drive, and Brian Jones, the offensive coordinator for the Cougars, kind of just put his hands out asking what happened there. .35 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Shotgun formation. Nelson County jumps. They don't snap it. And Kopp is going to take this one across the left side. He's got a hole. He's across the 30. He's going to be across the 25. He's going to pick up the first down, and he's going to run out of bounds across the first down marker down at about the 19-yard line. So Kopp knew exactly how far he had to pick up. So it is a pickup of 21 yards and a first down, Grayson County. 19.9 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 14-0 Cougars. So first down and 10 coming up. Kopp, he's dropping back to pass, rolling out to his right. He's going to scan. He's going to fire one into the end zone. It is over the head, as it was intended for Hunter Toms, but it was high over his head. He just kind of threw a prayer up into the end zone on that as he realized that he was about to get sacked, and instead of taking the sack, he just threw one into the end zone. And the Hancock defender jumped up to try, the Nelson defender jumped up to try and make a play on it. I think that was Bradley Vitt that tried to make a play on it. So here we come. Second down and 10. And this is again going to be taken across the right side, and it's going to be pitched out. Spinning around is Hunter Gibson, and he is going to be brought down after a pickup of just a couple of yards. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Grayson County leading this one 14-0, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Welcome back here. It's the start of the second quarter. Grayson County trying to keep things going. So 14-0 here at the start of the second. 3rd down and 6 is coming up as we'll look out our window here. The ball placed at the 15, so it was a pickup of 4 yards on the last one. So it's about 3rd down and 6 coming up here. Kopp back to pass, and he's going to throw over the middle, and there's no one there. As he had a man in his face the entire time, it was Juan Brito. So that will force the Cougars here into a decision on the incomplete pass. You're looking at about a 30-yard field goal. Decision time coming up. 4th down and 6, so you can't use the hard count to try and get a penalty to help you out here either. So the Cougars are going to go for it. 4th down and 6. Why not? So in the backfield, shotgun formation is Kopp. He has Kerr right next to him, to his right. He'll hand it off to Kerr here across the near side. He's across the 10-yard line. That's the first down across the 5. A holding penalty might be called. He dives into the end zone. It's a touchdown, but we do have a penalty here on the near side, and I believe this one is coming back. As the near lines judge on that run threw a penalty. So let's see what the head official will say. It is holding, and it is against the Cougars. So the touchdown run will come back without any more success. So it'll be 4th down here coming up and about 8. So it'll be placed here at the 16-yard line. So it's going to end up turning into a loss of 1 yard. .30 to play here in the first quarter, in this first half. 4th down and about 7 or 8. And jumping off sides is Nelson County, so that'll make things a little bit closer here for the Cougars. So off sides. So that should move the ball up here to the 11. The first down marker is at the 8, so we're looking here at 4th down and 3 now for the Cougars. So it's a short 3 and a long 8, and a long 2. Getting the play call here, and it's interesting that the Cougars won't look to maybe use the field goal kicker Logan Raymer, as instead they are going to let this time go, and maybe they will, as now they'll break out of the huddle here with 10:55 to play here in the second quarter. 14-0 Cougars lead. Bunch formation, and we're going to have a timeout here taken by Ed Smart. And some frustration down there on the sideline after some miscommunication by the Cougar offense. We'll take a timeout with them. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
The 1 minute timeout, and the Cougars are going to end up picking up the first down. So across the right side, and we'll take it. First down Cougars, as they did about a 45-second timeout instead of the usual minute. So it'll be placed down here to about the 3-yard line, so it's a pickup of 8 yards. So here comes the Cougars. It's going to be handoff up the middle. Hunter Gibson dives towards the end zone. Touchdown Cougars. So Hunter Gibson from 3 yards out puts the Cougars up 20-0 pending the extra point by Logan Raymer. So here it comes. Placed down, the kick is up, and he put it through. 21-0. Cougars lead this one here. 10 minutes and 27 seconds to play here in the second quarter.
Have you ever...
So the Cougars took advantage of, they had a mistake on themselves, and they had to take advantage of a mistake by Nelson County. Here's an interesting thing I just saw. Todd County Central at Fort Knox has been canceled tonight due to a lack of officials. That's something that you don't usually see. I wonder what had happened there. So a lack of officials causes a team to the north of us to get their game canceled here tonight. So Grayson County again leading this one 21-0. $10:27 here to play in the second quarter. So the lights have finally turned on here, as it was a little bit late for that, but we're back here. And the kick here by Raymer is a line drive kick that is going to be taken, and it's dropped, and he's going to end up picking it up at about the 5-yard line, taking it back, and he's going to be brought down at about the 10. So the return man there for Nelson County, as it was number 20, Ben Bunnison, that took the return there, and he is brought down, and they'll end up placing this one here at probably about the 10-yard line, and that's where. So Nelson County gets this one here with, so Nelson County with 10-19. Ball placed at their own 10-yard line. Under center, it's going to be taken on a keeper by Tongue, and he immediately runs right into the middle of that Cougar defense, and you could probably pick your poison on which of the defensive linemen you want to give the tackle on that one. Probably you could give an assisted tackle to any of them. And they're going to give a loss of 1 yard on that one, so back now to the 9-yard line. Second down and 11 coming up. Nine minutes and 35 seconds now and counting to play here in the second quarter. And we have a whistle blown. And it looks like we might have a timeout on the field. And we will. It is a timeout, and it is taken by Nelson County. So each team have taken 2 timeouts. I'm not sure we had an entire timeout taken at all last week. We had one right before the field goal attempt on Logan Raymer in the game last week, but I'm not sure that we had an entire had a timeout taken at all before that in the game. As we do want to thank you, though, for tuning into tonight's broadcast, as you might be listening on K105. You might be watching with us on K105 Sports Periscope, K105's Facebook page, 1039 The Moose's Facebook page, or K105.com. So if you go to K105.com right now, you'll be able to click right in the middle and be able to watch the coverage here of tonight's game between the Nelson County Cardinals and the Grayson County Cougars. Cougars leading this one 21-0, as it all started with a 24-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson with 7:55 to play in the first quarter. Just a few minutes later, Hunter Gibson found Hunter Toms in the back of the end zone to make it 14-0, and then Hunter Gibson just a few minutes ago scored his third touchdown here of this game. Second down and 11 coming up. It's going to be a handoff, and again, nothing going there for Nelson County. As that was Brito again. And I think Ryan Coates might have been the first man in on that. So no gain on it. It'll bring up third down and 11. And I'll tell you what, Nelson County's offense is not having any success moving the ball at all. But I think you need to almost look into seeing if you can't get the ball out into space a little bit. Right now, they're just running right at the Cougar defensive line, and the Cougars are just saying, well, sure, we'll take this. It's easy enough for us. We've got the size advantage inside. So if you want to keep running at us, we'll take advantage of it all game long. And now this will be taken by Tongue. He's going to roll out, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss. And that was Ryan Mode in there to bring him down for a loss. And it'll be a loss of 1 yard back to the 8, so fourth down and 12 coming back. And now the punt is going to be taken here, and he's going to be standing pretty much at his own goal line. He's going to be in for a possibility of a safety coming up. So here comes the punt. Were they even going to go for it? No, here comes the punter. There wasn't a punter on the field yet, and I was wondering, are they going to go for it here on fourth down and 12 at their own 8-yard line? But the punter runs onto the field at the last second, standing about 3 yards deep in his end zone. The snap will corral, and he just gets it away. Logan Kopp is going to let it bounce at the 31. It's going to take a Nelson bounce and roll across the 40, and it'll be down at the 43-yard line. So that's where the Cougars will start their first true possession here of this second quarter with 7 minutes and 38 seconds to play here in the first half. So again, the Cougars start in Nelson County territory. They have yet to take a snap in their own territory here tonight. And if you want to look at a difference in the game, that's it right there. And it reminds you to some of these games that Grayson County played last year. The one that immediately comes to mind is against South Warren here at Cougar Stadium, where there were multiple plays like that for Grayson County on that side, where they just kept doing it. As here's a handoff to the near side, getting around the 35, across the 30, and running out of bounds is Hunter Gibson. He'll run out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So that's a pickup of 16 yards and a first down, Grayson County. So Hunter Gibson continues to run right over this Nelson County team. Gibson last week against Hancock County rushed 21 times for 130 yards and a touchdown. Kopp in the shotgun formation. He's going to drop back to pass. It's a four-step drop. He's going to fire one into the end zone. He's got a man wide open, and it is dropped. As that was intended for Caden Woodcock. So Woodcock was, for most of the fall camp, was the presumed starting quarterback for the Cougars, but they put him in there as almost a little slot receiver, as Caden Woodcock is listed on the roster as 5'8", and I'm not sure that he's 5'8". That might be with 2-inch heels on or something, but Woodcock's not very big, but he's got a lot of speed, so it's probably a perfect position for him to play slot wide receiver, but he drops a pass that was about two yards short of the end zone. Shotgun formation, Kopp. He'll hand it off. Across the right side is Jacob Kerr. He's across the 20-yard line. He's going to break it back now towards the middle. He's got a hole, angling it back now inside the 10, inside the 5, diving towards the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars, but we do have a penalty flag on the play. And it is on the Cougars, so that will be coming back. What a run, though, by Jacob Kerr. And I'm not sure if it was holding or it almost looked like the official might have used. It is holding on the Cougars, so it will be coming back. So the foul was thrown at about the 20-yard line. So let's see where they'll end up placing this. In fact, it must have been more than that. It must have been, whoa, the ball's, okay, yeah, it was placed at the 30. As our head official was continuing to walk back, and I thought he was the one marking the ball. So the ball's placed now back here at the 30-yard line. So it ends up only turning out to be a loss of, 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 coming up. Jumping off sides, no call, and there it is. As the near side official was waiting and waiting and waiting, and he realized no one else is going to call it, then I will. So that'll be a penalty. It's on the Cougars. False start on Grayson County. I thought that was a clear jumping off sides there by Nelson County, but it's not. So it's on the Cougars. So ball placed here back to the 34-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd down and about 17. I want to take this time to remind you to follow us on Twitter all season long at K105 Sports. We'll have updates from all the games we broadcast and even some games that we don't. So be sure you follow us there and not miss any of the Grayson County updates, links to listen, and things along that nature. Kopp rolling out here to the left, coming up the near side. He's going to try and find a hole. Finally, he's going to pitch it, and it goes over the head of Mason Miller, and Miller is going to grab it and just go right out of bounds. It's going to be a big loss on the play, though, for Grayson County. So that was Jacob Kerr that chased that one to go out of bounds. And they will place this down at the 38-yard line. So it's a loss of 4 yards. So they'll bring up 3rd down and about 21. Remember on the halftime show to stay tuned in as we will have Cougars in the Classroom. So a look at some of the great things that are happening in Grayson County schools that you don't necessarily always hear about. 2 wide receivers out on each side. Shotgun formation Kopp. He's dropping back to pass here. He'll fire down the side. He's going up the middle, and he just overthrows a diving Hunter Toms. It's just out of his reach. So the Cougars here, but we do have another penalty flag on the play. As I look up here, and it is on the Cougars. Illegal man downfield called on Grayson County. So they're going to redo this one here. Oh, it is declined, rather. It's probably a good call here. He's putting it here. It's 4th down and 21. And probably you're at the point where the Cougars are going to have to punt here for the first time tonight. And a whistle blown. And a timeout here will be taken by Nelson County. We'll take it with them. This is Cougar Football on K105.
At Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield, you'll find the area's largest selection of late model vehicles with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. And with a $500 trade assist on every qualified purchase, a broad network of lenders, low interest rates, Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield is the best choice for your next vehicle purchase. And if you don't see what you're looking for, they will find it. Plus, the friendly professional service staff is always there to meet your needs. Dan Powers GM Center, 1517 Elizabethtown Road in Litchfield.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org. Answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
The Grayson County punt is down at about the 14-yard line with 5:42 here to play. So it will be 1st down and 10 from the 13. That's where Nelson County here will start. 5:42 to play here in the first half. And we'll have to do some math here at the half and see what Nelson County's average field possession has been, as they've started at the 13, the 10, the 20, and the 27 here tonight. So if I could do math quick, I'd be able to let you know that. But, I mean, that's an average of, 15 to 20-yard line every time. Low snap. We have a penalty flag coming, and it's going to be a loss of the yardage anyways on the play. Well, there must have not been a flag. I thought I saw the head official throw something, but I guess not. It's a loss of about 2 yards there. Back to the 11-yard line here. Really is, though, a good crowd here tonight, as it's perfect weather. I mean, you can't ask. It's a little warm here setting up, but now that the sun has gone down, you really can't ask for a much better weather night here. 2nd down and 12 coming up. Rolling out to pass his tongue. He's going to roll out to his left, and he's going to fire a pass off into the left flat. And he threw that one about 5 yards short of the receiver. So 3rd down and 12 coming up here for the Nelson County Cardinals. Next week, the Cougars will host Edmonson County. And next week, Nelson County will host Spencer County. So Spencer County there, as that'll be a home game there for Nelson County. It'll be their second of the season, as will the Cougars' second home game next week against Edmonson County, who's playing Butler County tonight. So a little rivalry game there, and Edmonson County going to make the trip up this way here a week from tonight. Tongue in the shotgun formation. He's going to take this, and he's going to hand it up the middle to Brito. And again, the Cougars are there to stop that one from going any further. Ryan Mode in there on the tackle. And no gain on the play. In fact, actually, it's going to be a loss of 1. Back to the 10. So Nelson County runs the punt team right back on. And Nelson County still looking for their first down of the game, I believe. Yes, they are. So they are still looking for their first down of this game. But it probably won't come here, as the punter is back, standing about 3 yards again deep in his own end zone. As the punter is Bunnison. Good snap. Not a great punt, though. Kopp's going to catch it at the 30. He's up the near side, across the 25, across the 20, down inside the 15. He's going to spin all the way around at the 10-yard line. So it's a 20-yard return there by Logan Kopp. So the Cougars immediately get good field position here. So 1st down and goal here at the 10-yard line. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the first half. Can the Cougars add more points here? As it's going to be a handoff across the right side is Jacob Kerr. He's going to go down towards about the 1 or 2 yard line. He's brought down on the play by number 57, Benjamin Lanham. So that'll be a pickup of about 9 yards down to the 1. So that's where Jacob Kerr gets the Cougars, and he's a perfect 3rd down goal line back, trying to get Grayson County going. As it is nice that tonight there is no Nelson County radio team, or not one that made the trip here tonight. So it's nice that we can kind of spread out up here. It's nice that we don't have to be on top of one another, especially when it's a little bit warm. Bunch formation for the Cougars. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, battling forward, and it is a touchdown. Cougars. Mason Miller finds the end zone for a touchdown from 1 yard out. So Mason Miller picks up the touchdown. That might be his first career touchdown now that we look at it. So Logan Raymer here on to add the extra point. Placed down, the kick is up. And he put it through, 28-0. Grayson County leads this one here with 3:05 to play here in the first half. So it's been a dominating performance here by the Cougars. and a lot to like. Reminder, coming up here at the halftime show, we'll try to show you as much as we can of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, as it's a little bit difficult as we don't have a direct line to the PA announcer, so we'll try to bring you as much. I might just talk about the people as they come on, so we'll bring you that, and then it's also Cougars in the classroom. So a lot going on there to see for Cougars. So again, the Cougars lead this one here right now with 3:05 to play here in the second quarter. After the 1-yard touchdown run by Mason Miller. So Logan Reamer will kick this one off here to Nelson County. 3:05 here to play. As I see here, Trigg County is leading Fort Campbell 14-0, so the Cougars will actually make the trip onto the military base here in a couple of weeks. High kick that's taken at about the 8-yard line. Right up the middle goes the return man, and he's going to run into his own man, and he's going to be brought down. As that was Bunnison on the return. So Nelson County will start this drive with the ball at their own 20-yard line. So first down and 10 from the 20. 2:59 now to play. Nelson has one timeout. And this is Nelson County's best field position since their opening drive. So first down and 10 coming up, 2:59 to play here in the first half. And it's going to be a handoff off to the left side. And again, the Cougar defense stops them from going anywhere. That time it was number 21, Andrew Reagains. Loss of 2 yards back to the 18-yard line. 2:40 now and counting. And Ed Smart's got one timeout. Does he think about using it? Maybe, maybe not. Good crowd, though, here for Grayson County as a student section, as they've been standing most of the game. They've taken a seat, though, right now, but I guess there's a few of them still standing, so it's a good crowd, though, for them. Band is here tonight. Shotgun formation. And it's going to be a handoff, and the quarterback probably should have kept it as he had a big hole across the left side. And on there on the run was Brito. And it back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be third down and 12 now coming up. And Nelson County has not had any success moving the ball at all here tonight. 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Edmonson County leads Butler County 14-0. South Warren has jumped out way in front of Warren East 44-6. 36 seconds to play in the first half of that game. E-Town leads North Hardin 7-6. That game is also at the half. We had a timeout there on the play. As I see that both teams are now at 0 timeouts. So I guess one team took the timeout there and maybe earlier. So there is a timeout on the field. Again, the Cougars in the classroom will take a trip to Clarkson Elementary. And if you were listening to In the Know this morning, as you heard a little bit of a tease that it's somebody that Misty Thomas knows very well. So if you know Misty, you might know which way we're going if we're going to Clarkson. So, but it's a good thing to learn a little bit about, something that I really didn't know a lot about, so it'll be interesting to see that here moving forward. So here we come. Third down and 12 coming up, 2 minutes and 8 seconds to play here in the first half. 28-0, Grayson County leads Nelson County. Dropping back to pass, rolling out his tongue. He's going to throw off into the flat, and it's off the hands of the running back. It was intended for number 20, Ben Bunnison. And it'll bring up fourth down and 12 here coming up. So 2:03 now to play, and Ed Smart now can look and seeing on how much he might want to add even more points here to the game. Of course, 36 is the running clock. So if he scores here, does he think about adding a 2-point conversion to get to that running clock in the second half? And And I know that some people might look at that as, oh, you're just running up the score, but at the same time, in some instances, it's just for the best. This punt will get off. It'll be taken at the 43-yard line. Kopp will be brought down for a loss of about 2 on the return. The first one in there was number 57, Benjamin Lanham. So it'll be back down to the 44-yard line. So Grayson County here going to get 2 minutes to try and score here. Ball placed on the 44-yard line. So 2 minutes to play. Can the Cougars add more points here? They do not have any timeouts. Logan Kopp in the shotgun formation. He has Kerr in the backfield with him. Dropping back to pass is Kopp. He steps up, he's going to throw, and we might have a shot at interception here. It tips up into the air and falls down to the ground. Almost catching that one off of the rebound was Caden Woodcock. So that was intended for Hunter Toms. And Hunter Toms knocked it up. A Nelson defender knocked it up into the air, and it was almost caught off of the ricochet by Caden Woodcock. So again, Trigg County leading Fort Campbell 14-0. Edmondson County leading Butler County 14-0. So at least those two teams, the Wildcats and the Cougars, will be matching up 1 week from tonight. Kopp hands it off to the right side to Gibson. He's got a big hole across the 35, across the 30. He's going to break through across the 25, and he's going to be brought down inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. Big pickup there from Hunter Gibson. Logan Kopp did a great job sealing the fake down to the 19-yard line, and that is a pickup of 25 yards and a first down, Grayson County. 140 and counting now. Cougars trying to maybe get to a running clock situation here. As we see right next to Cody Brock is our sports writer, Don Brown. Be sure to check back Monday morning for a recap of tonight's broadcast. Here comes a handoff to the near side, across the 10, across the 5, going into the end zone. He's going to go in untouched is Hunter Gibson. Touchdown, Cougars. A 19-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson. With 1:12 here to play. And do the Cougars go for 2? No, they're going to send the kicking team out. So 1:12, the play's down, and Raymer nails it through the uprights, 35-0 off the touchdown from Hunter Gibson. So a 2-play, 44-yard drive, and the Cougars get another touchdown here. Madisonville North Hopkins leads Marshall County 9-0. That is in the first quarter of that game. And South Warren leading Warren East 44-6. 36 seconds remaining in the first half of that game. So a 19-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson. $35-0 though. Grayson County leading this one here. Just putting our update to Twitter. Be sure to follow us there at K105 Sports. Raymer sends one into the air, and it'll be caught at the 14-yard line. Across the 20, and he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line, as that was regained there on the return. So Nelson County here will have the ball, 1:06 to play. And in some instances, Nelson County might just want to take a knee and get to the half and see what they might be able to come up with at halftime. So they'll start the ball here at their own 24-yard line, their best field position since the first drive of the game. 21-0, Edmondson County leads against Butler County, and McLean County leads Ohio County 12-6 in the second quarter. Fairdale leads Hancock County 13-8. That's at the end of the first quarter, and Logan County leads Muhlenberg County 21-0. That's early on in the second quarter of that game. Stopping for a loss in the backfield. And that was Tongue in there, and Nelson County is in no real rush to get the ball back anymore. McCracken County leads Bowling Green 7-0, 10:19 to play in the second quarter. 35 seconds now and counting, so we'll have to snap it one more time before we head to the half. So it'll be kept by Tongue across the left side, and he's going to be brought down. The ball is out. Grayson County recovers it. They'll take it into the end zone, but the official blows it dead. Heads up play there by Dylan Zabel to take it into the end zone, but the official does blow that play dead. 14.2 seconds to play. And they'll wind the clock, and I believe that will be the last play here of this first half. I can't imagine Nelson County will want to take another snap, and they will not. So here they come, counting it down. Grayson County leads 35-0 at the end of the first half. This is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
At Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield, you'll find the area's largest selection of late model vehicles with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. And with a $500 trade assist on every qualified purchase, a broad network of lenders, low interest rates, Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield is the best choice for your next vehicle purchase. And if you don't see what you're looking for, they will find it. Plus, the friendly professional service staff is always there to meet your needs. Dan Powers GM Center, 1517 Elizabethtown Road in Litchfield.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just
They're doing the Hall of Fame induction ceremony right now. The first one you saw there was Tyler Green, one of the top tennis players in school history. He was a member of the Grayson County tennis team from 1990 to 95. And after that, he went to Center College, where he spent 4 years on the Center College tennis team, as he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry. Currently, he's an associate professor of chemistry at Thomas More University in Crestview Hills. Next up, Dale Baldwin. As you can see him on the camera right there, Dale Baldwin participated in cheerleading, football, and JV basketball while at Grayson County, but it was track and field where his name was etched into Cougar history. Baldwin broke school records in the pole vault while wearing the orange and blue. Following graduation, he attended the University of Kentucky, where he received a degree in business administration. While in Lexington, he was a UK cheerleader for 4 years and also served as a coach for 1 year. Those 5 years helped him account for 3 national championships. And the final inductee is Doug Thompson, as his family is here tonight. Thompson was a 3-year varsity letterman in football and basketball. In addition, he was selected to the Louisville Courier-Journal first-team All-State team and played in the East-West All-Star Game. Thompson was the biggest part of the first winning season for the Cougar football program in 1978. As a junior, he rushed for 1,503 yards and scored 17 touchdowns for the team that finished 7-4. After graduating in 1980, Thompson played 1 year football at Georgetown College, where he was named Freshman of the Year. He tragically passed away in 2015, but is survived by his children, Joseph and Shauna Dean, his brother Billy Thompson, sister Angela Thompson, and 4 grandchildren. So it's good to see his family here accepting this award in his honor, and everybody. I remember when Hugh McHenry had his big game last year at Graves County. I was trying to figure out if it was a school record, and every time I asked him, it was, if it's not a school record, Doug Thompson holds it. Doug Thompson was the name, and I wish I could have seen him play, because everything that I've heard said that he was one unbelievable player. So that's the Hall of Fame induction. If you'd like to read more on that, you can go to K105.com, and if you scroll down to the left side, go to the local sports category. You can read more about each one of the 3 inductees, Doug Thompson, Tyler Green, and Dale Baldwin. So those are the 3 inductees into the Grayson County Class Hall of Fame, and there'll be more inducted at a later date. At the half, though, Grayson County leads this one 35-0 over Nelson County. When we come back, though, we're going to have a very special edition here of Cougars in the Classroom, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
While the Cougar athletic teams get most of the spotlight from the community, it is in the classroom where they first learn to succeed. This season, we will be featuring some of these people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. This evening, we head to Clarkson Elementary, where the Family Resource Center is impacting the lives of students on a daily basis.
The kids know when they need something that they can come and ask. And it might be pencils, it might need school supplies, they may have something going on at home that they're upset about and they just need a listening ear, and we provide that. We talk to the kids, kind of counsel a little bit.
Being there for kids is important for anyone that has ever been in education, but Clarkson FRC coordinator Ann Brooks gets to see the impact every day.
I think just going home every day knowing that I have made a difference, that I've made an impact on somebody's life. Today we had an issue with a child that needed to go see a doctor, and that was worked out.
Sometimes that impact can be something as small as giving a student a hug.
When they need reassurance, we're here to reassure. And the kids will, and they know that they can come to you if they just need a hug. And they're always open arms. We always have open arms.
After school, students in Grayson County schools can participate in multiple programs. The first is the Cool Fuel program, which allows for an extra snack before heading home.
Any child can come in the after-school hours and get a meal before they go home. So the kids are dismissed a little early. They come down and they are allowed to have a meal, and a hot meal, sometimes a cold meal, but they get a meal before they get on the bus and go home.
Relationships that are built at school can last a lifetime, and Brooks sees that firsthand in the FRC after-school program.
Kids will tell you, that's my buddy from FRC. So they'll remember, they know their friends at FRC. So it's crucial for the kids to have those social relationships.
The after-school program gives kids the opportunity to get outside and play or play different games in the gym. If you're looking to help these programs, each school's FRC accepts donations to help their different supplies.
This school year, we had a lot of school supplies donated, and any of the family resource centers are willing to take donations of school supplies, leggings, underwear, socks, all of the different things. Last year, we put 368 children in clothing throughout the school day. So things come up. Kids get paint on them. They need clothing, and things come up. So all of the family resource centers need extra clothing and socks and underwear and shoes.
I'm Sam Gormley reporting for Cougars in the Classroom. The halftime show continues in just a moment.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
Have you ever wished your life came with a handbook? Well, you're in luck. That's exactly what the Grayson County Extension Office is. Your handbook for life. Let the ladies at the Extension Office bring you the most up-to-date information in all areas of your life, like cooking, gardening and canning, financial stability, disease awareness classes, early childhood education, farming, and even 4-H club, just to name a few. But if you can think of it, the Grayson County Extension Office can teach you. A free resource to help you navigate life a little easier.
Here by the Cougar Band here at halftime. As they were blowing us away here. In fact, they did this cool little thing at one point where they acted like a robot or something. I'm not even going to try and say. I know that Ashley Bell was our guest on In the Know. Well, I guess it's been about a week and a half ago. She said that their theme of this year's show is to the next level, something along the lines of that, because they're going to be performing at some different shows this year. So, of course, as you know, us here at K105, we are massive Cougar Band sponsors, supporters, and everything. So we're really excited to see what they can do this year. As they're, in fact, here in a couple of months, they're going to be performing at the Indianapolis Colts Stadium at Lucas Oil Field. So that'll be really cool to see, going from Grayson County to the big city of Indianapolis. So a lot of good things to see there as well. But our score here is 35-0. Grayson County leads Nelson County here. And it's really been all Cougars here tonight, and that would be almost an understatement to say. Nelson County has not had any success moving the ball at all. In fact, Grayson County has had every single play inside their own territory, with the only exceptions being when the ball was placed at the 50. So it's just been an utter and absolute domination. And I know I was talking with our sports writer, Don Brown. In fact, I see him slowly walking away. I'm not sure if he's going to, I know he likes at halftime to go get himself a cheeseburger or something from the concession stand. But Don was telling me that he was blown away that Nelson County is struggling so much right now, because when he had first started, so Don started writing for Grayson County Sports for the News-Gazette in town in 1994. And when that had happened, that was in the heyday of Nelson County football, and now these two teams haven't played since 1998. So obviously Don really hasn't kept up with them and kept following them. So it's been kind of a letdown a little bit along that lines. So we will take a break, though, as both teams are on the field, and come back with more, as this is Cougar Football on K105.
Have you ever wished your life came with a handbook? Well, you're in luck. That's exactly what the Grayson County Extension Office is. Your handbook for life. Let the ladies at the Extension Office bring you the most up-to-date information in all areas of your life, like cooking, gardening and canning, financial stability, disease awareness classes, early childhood education, farming, and even 4-H club, just to name a few. But if you can think of it, the Grayson County Extension Office can teach you. A free resource to help you navigate life a little easier. At Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield, you'll find the area's largest selection of late model vehicles with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. And with a $500 trade assist on every qualified purchase, a broad network of lenders, low interest rates, Dan Powers GM Center in Litchfield is the best choice for your next vehicle purchase. And if you don't see what you're looking for, they will find it. Plus, the friendly professional service staff is always there to meet your needs. Dan Powers GM Center, 1517 Elizabethtown Road in Litchfield.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
School as the Cougars here taking on, as I see that the student section has kind of dissipated here. They might be coming back here as it is still halftime. We've still got 2 minutes left, so they might be going to joining Don to get themselves a cheeseburger. But I mean, if you look here at the crowd tonight, it's a great crowd. And I mean, like, I was just outside of the press box. Out of the press box, you probably add about 20 degrees to what it actually feels outside. And outside, if you're sitting there watching this game, I'm not sure that you could ask for much better weather here today, as the sun has finally gone down here under the lights at Cougar Stadium. So it's perfect weather here for today. Scores here to bring you. Edmonson County leads Butler County 28-6, 6:20 left in the first half of that game. Caldwell County leads Apollo 28-7. Logan County leads Muhlenberg County 33-0 in the second quarter. Let's see if I can't bring you any other ones that might be of interest to you. And again, E-Town and North Hardin 7-6. E-Town leads that one. And I don't really see much more to bring you of much more interest. Owensboro Catholic leads Davis County 14-0. Glasgow leads Russellville 37-0. McLean leads Ohio 20-6. So I think Cougar fans were a little bit worried when they saw Q making the move, Q McHenry making the move back to Ohio County, but trailing to a McLean team that the Cougars scrimmaged, and depending on how you look at it, the Cougars won, they lost. It kind of just depends on what you want. So 30 seconds here until the end of this first half. How the Cougars scored. 24-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson. Gibson had a pass to Hunter Toms. Gibson added a run of 3 and 19 yards, and then Mason Miller had a 1-yard touchdown run as well. Evansville Central leads Owensboro 10-0. The Cougars will travel to Owensboro to play the Red Devils coming up on October the 25th. It's the second to last game of the season. So, of course, we will have coverage from that game. In fact, we have the Cougar mascot down there dancing away. I'm not sure that he hasn't taken our camera yet so far tonight, as he took our camera last time. So, appears that we're back. Grayson County will start this half with the ball. So we do want to say that up in the press box here, the chairs that they had for us last season were way too tall. So the counter that we were at was about the same height as the chair, so you couldn't necessarily use the chair and get your legs under the counter. So now they've redone these the chairs, and we can fit comfortably. Or if you're like our director here tonight, Chase Blaine, you just find the lawn chair and sprawl out in that to watch the game. He's got the best seat in the house. So we do want to thank Cody Brock and Chase Blaine, our crew here tonight. This is WKHG Bowling Green, K105, or WKHG Litchfield, not Bowling Green. I'm so used to Bowling Green. It's WKHG Litchfield, the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105. 14-6, Owensboro Catholic leads Davis County. And 28-7, Caldwell leads Apollo. So here comes the kickoff here to start this half. Cougars looking to get this into a running clock and make this second half go by in really no time at all. So the Cougars recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff, and since that point have dominated. Edmonson County has now jumped out to a 34-6 lead over Butler County. Of course, that is the Cougars' next opponent right here at Cougar Stadium. The whistle is blown. The first kickoff of the game coming here for Nelson. And they're going to kick it off to the far side, and it's going to be caught at the 25, breaking it back towards the middle here of the field. It is Logan Kopp. He's got a hole across the 40, across the 50, across the 45. He's still on his feet, and he is going to go to the house down inside the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars and Logan Kopp. As he just kept going as he broke through the hole. No penalty flags on the play. Touchdown, Grayson County. Probably at about 80 yards. That's what we're going for. So an 80-yard touchdown run by Logan Kopp on the kickoff return. Cougars did not return a kickoff last year for a touchdown. At least not off the top of my head, they didn't. And now we have officially reached a running clock situation. So Logan Raymer in to attempt the extra point. And the whistle is blown here, and do we have a penalty flag? Waiting for our head official. And it is a penalty flag on Nelson County. So Logan Kopp was the one who takes that into the end zone. So it is 41 pending the extra point here from Logan Raymer, and he has not missed yet this season. Let's hope that's not the old announcer's jinx. And he proves it wrong. Logan Raymer puts it through 42-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Yard touchdown return for a kickoff return for a touchdown is how they start the second half to the Cougars. And here comes the return by Nelson County, spinning down at the 20. And we have a Cougar injured on the play here. No, it's a Nelson County player, and he's grabbing his knee. And he's in some kind of pain, and I hope that that's not. And, well, it's a good sign the way that the trainer is grabbing this one, is he grabs it almost like it's a cramp. Because at first he went immediately and went to grab that knee. And that's always the worst nightmare for a coach, fan, anybody when you see a player reach for that knee. But the way that they're stretching him out does look like he's just cramping. We obviously don't want to assume anything, but it doesn't appear that it is anything too terribly serious. Hopefully not. So again, Grayson County will take on Edmonson County next week. In the second quarter, though, McLean County leads Ohio County 20-14. Evansville Central leads Owensboro 10-0. That game is now at the half. So still down on the play is the injured player. We weren't necessarily able to see who the injured player was for Nelson County. And he's up on his feet, and that's a good sign. And he's walking off on his own power. The injured player was number 57 for Nelson County, and that is Benjamin Lanham. So starting the drive here at their own 20-yard line is Nelson County. Again, we are in a running clock situation, so we all might get home early, a little bit earlier here tonight than we were expecting. Especially with this being a 6:30 kick, we're going to get home even earlier. Ball is snapped, is fumbled, and immediately following on it is the quarterback, Tongue. So Tongue returns it, and it's a loss of 4 yards back to the 16-yard line. If you're listening to us on our radio broadcast, be sure to go back and re-watch the video broadcast. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on K105's Facebook page, 1039 The Moose's Facebook page, or you can also watch it on the Cougar Sports Periscope. Tongue is brought down in the backfield for a loss, and the first man in on that one was Zach Bratcher. So the loss on that one will bring it back now to the 11-yard line, a loss of 5 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 19. The second game of the season last year for the Cougars was here at Cougar Stadium. It was against Breckenridge County, where they held the Fighting Tigers to negative 40 yards of offense. Nelson County is probably getting very close to approaching that negative 40-yard total here in this one so far here tonight. Shotgun formation. Tongue drops back to pass. It's a one-step drop, throwing over the middle, and it is incomplete. As the pass was intended for Landon Cecil, but it'll end up falling incomplete, and another punt here coming for Nelson County. Caldwell County now leads Apollo 35-7, 2:40 left in the second quarter. Of course, Caldwell County had the absolute tragedy with their head football coach passing away about a week before the season. As the punt is a line drive, and Caden Woodcock is going to pick it up at about the 37-yard line. He's going to break it across the far side, and he's going to lower his shoulder. And a big time. He almost trucked a player down there, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 34-yard line, so the 24-yard line. So Cougars getting good field position yet again. 9:04 to play here in our third quarter of action. But as a reminder, we are in a running clock situation. So the officials are talking this one over. They're going to call targeting on Grayson County. And Caden Woodcock on that return did lower his helmet, and he trucked over a player, and they're going to call targeting. And is Woodcock, I know in college you're ejected. I'm not necessarily certain that – I didn't see the official make a – I don't see Caden making a exit here from the field either. So Woodcock is in at quarterback. So Cougars are going to start this one at their 41-yard line. And it's a handoff up the middle, keeping the legs trucking, and being brought down near the first down marker is Jacob Kerr. So that's brought down to the 32-yard line. Second down and 1 coming up. 8:35 to play here. Grayson County leads Nelson County 42-0. Logan County leads Muhlenberg County at the half 39-0. Woodcock going to carry this one across the right side, and he's going to be brought down after a pickup of nothing. As is back to the original line of scrimmage. In there on the tackle was Cameron Fenwick. So no gain on the play. Back now to the 32-yard line. Third down and a long one, short 2. Cougars sending 2 wide receivers out to the far side of the field. Woodcock is in the backfield as the new quarterback. And it is going to be a handoff off the right side to Hunter Gibson. He's going to pick up the first down and more. And he's finally going to be wrapped up and brought down by number 57, Benjamin Lanham. It is a first down, Grayson County down to the 23-yard line. So a pickup of 9 yards. So the Cougars, barring a miraculous comeback tonight, will improve as there's a hand up run right up the middle, down inside the 15 and spinning down inside the 10 is Jacob Kerr off of the handoff down to the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 13 yards and a first down, Grayson County. So first down and goal from the 10. Woodcock is the quarterback. He's got Gibson on his left, Kerr on his right. And it's going to be Kerr that's going to get it. He's going to barrel ahead inside the 5, continuing to truck, and he'll be brought down at about the 1-yard line. In there on the tackle was number 81, Nick Burnison. So it's a pickup of 9 yards down to the 1-yard line. So second down and goal from the 1. Cougars sending Hunter Toms out wide to the right. They're going to load up the box other than that. Woodcock under center. He's going to snap. He's going to hand it off to Kerr off the right side. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. 1-yard touchdown run by Jacob Kerr. And the Cougars now lead this one 48-0, pending an extra point. So Raymer to try and add the point after attempt. Place down, the kick is up, and he put it through. So with 5:42 to play, Grayson County leads 49-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
All about the 2021 yard line. Halftime, McCracken and Bowling Green all tied up at 14. And Edmonson County leads Butler County 34-12. That game is at the half. So this drive is going to start at the 21-yard line for Nelson County here. 5:12 and counting. We are in the running clock situation. Grayson County leading this one 49-0. So ball placed here at the 21. Handoff up the middle, and there's one of the bigger plays of the night there for Nelson County. Spinning around and being brought down at about the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of about 6 yards. Our next digital productions broadcast of Cougar Sports will be on Wednesday when the Lady Cougar volleyball team will welcome in Breck County. So be sure to join us for that game. I think the game starts at 7, so our coverage will start about 6:40 from the Cougar Den. Hand off, and there's the first down of the game there for Nelson County. And that one is going to be picked up by Juan Brito. So down to the 35-yard line in Nelson County. Trying to make things a little bit interesting here. Looking here for Grayson County. As this would be going back to one of their bigger wins in a while. We'll have to go back and see. 49 points. We'll have to see their biggest win since that point. Low snap taken by Tongue across the left side. He's going to keep his legs churning across the 40 down to the 42-yard line. So Nelson County moving the ball here for the first time, and we're getting close to having our first snap taken in Grayson County territory. We'll see if we can't look here. As they beat Breckenridge County, the Cougars did last season by 37. And doing a quick look, I'm still going back here to 2014. I don't see anything. And there's a handoff across the 50 and being brought down in Cougar territory at the 44-yard line is Juan Brito. And that is a pickup of 14 yards. So down to the 44. 2:22 and counting. The Cougars won by 41 on October 26th of 2012 against McLean County. Another handoff across to the left side. So that was Brito again. And it'll be down to the 44-yard line. Sorry, there was a 46 at the previous play. So it's down to the 44, so a pickup of 2 yards, bringing up second down and 8. Minute 45 now to play. Grayson County leads this one 49-0. And in the backfield there to stop the play for a loss was Mason Miller. So a loss of 1 there on the run by Nelson County. So back to the 45-yard line. I found our answer here that the Cougars won against Clinton County here at Cougar Stadium, September 24th, 2010, 55-0. So it's 49-0 now. Their biggest win, more than 55 points. So if the Cougars would add another touchdown and hold Nelson from scoring, was a 62-0 victory over Todd County the year before. And there's a handoff up the middle. Brito's got a hole, and he's going to be stopped, though, about 3 yards short of the first down marker, down to the 40. So it's a pickup of about 5 yards on the run. 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. They don't have to take another snap. Ed Smart out on the field, coaching his defense up. I presume that this is the JV team out there for the Cougar defense. So 15 seconds, Nelson County's going to take one more play here. And this time Tung is going to keep it. He's going to race across the right side. He's got a first down and more down inside the 30 before being tripped up at about the 28-yard line. And that is the end of the third quarter. Grayson County leads 49-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Here comes Nelson County. It's going to be kept by Tung, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield, the first one to get there with some golden cleats. Was number 52. No, I'm looking at the wrong roster there. As 52 is Benjamin Rogers. We do have a penalty flag, and it's holding called against Nelson County. So that'll move the Cardinals back. 11:54 to play here in the game. So they will place this one here at the 43-yard line. That'll bring up first down and 15. 25. Our public address announcer Brian Payton's trusting me in my math here late at night. Ball is bobbled, and Brito is going to be brought down there in the backfield. As in there again on the tackle was Rogers for Grayson County. And they're going to say it's a loss of 3 yards. So that'll bring up second down and 28. So ball placed on the 46-yard line here of Nelson County. They had finally started to move forward a little bit, but now they're going in the wrong direction. Dropping back to pass, rolling out to his right and firing into the flat. The pass is complete on the far side of the field. It is caught by Bradley Vitt and being brought down there at the 40-yard line. So it's a pickup of about 6 yards on the completion. So third down and long coming up. Our scoreboard says 22. Third down and 22 here for Nelson County. 49-0. Grayson County leads this one over the Cardinals. It's been all Cougars. We do have a football final coming in, the first one of the night. South Warren defeats Warren East 50-6. Game was played down in Bowling Green. Dropping back to pass and now looking to scramble. He's going to fire one, and it is complete on the far side of the field. Nelson County finds that one And it goes into the hands of Bradley Vitt again. He's still about 5 yards short of the first down marker. So he catches that one down to the 24-yard line. It's a 16-yard pass. 4th down and about 5. Do have a score here. At the start of the second half, Metcalfe County and Breckenridge County are all tied up at 16. Dropping back to pass, firing off into the flat, and it is incomplete. And that'll be turnovers on downs with 9:02 to play here in the game. So the Cougars will take over here. The ball placed at their own 24-yard line. So that's the first time that the Cougars have had the ball in their own scent. E-Town leads North Hardin 13-12 at the end of the third quarter. And we got a Caleb Decker is now into the game at quarterback for the Cougars. And he, on his first play, will lose about 5 yards. Back to the 19-yard line. Stay tuned after the game. We will talk with a member of the Cougar coaching staff. Not really sure who it might be. It might be Coach Smart, and we do have an injured Nelson County player on the field. And it's number 57, Benjamin Lanham. He's been dealing with some cramps here multiple times throughout the game. We'll take that time to take a quick break. This is Cougar Football on K105.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living. It is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
And when I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org.
Here to Grayson County as the player for Nelson County, Benjamin Lanham, is being helped off the field. He's been dealing with appears to be some cramps tonight. So 8 minutes to play. Grayson County leads this one 49-0. So it'll be second down and 13 coming up here for the Cougars. It looks like Kaler Decker is in at quarterback for the Cougars. And we have offside's going to be called here on Nelson County as Nick Burnison jumped offsides there. And that'll move the ball to, it'll be second down and 9 coming up here. So they'll place this one here at the 25. Decker is going to be spun down in the backfield for a big-time loss. No, that was not Decker. That's number 8, Michael Wood, brought down there for a big-time loss there. He's brought down back to the 20-yard line. It's a loss of 5. Third down and 14 coming up. As I see Evansville Central still leads Owensboro 10-0. And that's really all of the updates. Oh, 10-2, sorry. Owensboro has gotten a safety. And we're going to have a handoff off the left side, and diving forward is Michael Wood. So off the left tackle, he's going to end up picking up down to the 26-yard line, so it's a pickup of 6 yards here for the Cougars. It's been all Cougars here tonight, 49-0. They lead this one, and if you just joined us, you've missed a lot of offense for Grayson County, and they did not wait any time at all. So they're looking to punt this one away. The snap is corralled and firing it away, and it'll be caught at the 46-yard line, and I guess it was fair caught. And the one who caught that one, I believe, was number 20, Ben Bunnison. So a punt for the Cougars. Their second one of the game. Nelson County here to have the ball with about 6 minutes to play. Again, we are in a running clock situation. This would be the biggest Cougar win since they defeated McLean County back on October 26th of 2012 when they won by 41 points. So Nelson County with the ball. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Nelson County with the ball. They're going to hand it off and have nowhere to go on that one as a mass of players. As the carry there was by number 19, Landon Owens. So the Cougars hosting Edmonson County 1 week from tonight. So a handoff here to the near side, across the 50, across the 45, across the 40. One man to beat, and that man will bring him down across the 30-yard line. As a big-time run there for Nelson County. It was their biggest play of the game so far. And the ball will be placed down at the 25-yard line. So it's a 30-yard run there. And the tackle for the Cougars was made by Hunter Harper. Hunter Harper was the one who made the tackle there for the Cougars. He was the last man that was standing in between the Nelson County player and a touchdown. 4 minutes to play here, 49-0. And a handoff here up towards the left side and a pickup of about 1 or 2 here for Nelson County. Again, that carry was by Landon Owens, and they're going to give him a pickup of about 3 on the carry. Stay tuned in for the fifth quarter show here tonight. We'll talk with a member of the Cougar coaching staff. They will let us know their thoughts on tonight's game. And the snap goes over the head, and we're going to have a pile for the ball. The Cougar bench is pointing towards Cougar ball, and the head official points towards Cougar ball. Coming down with it is number 74, Tanner Finley. A 5'5" freshman comes down with it. So the Cougars here with 2:55 to play will get the ball back. So the ball is going to be placed at their own 30-yard line with 3 to play. So a handoff up towards the left side, nowhere really going. 2:20 to play here in our game. That was, again, Wood on the carry there for the Cougars. So Grayson County going to open the year to 2-0. The biggest margin of victory since a 41-point win over McLean County on October 26th of 2012. They'll host Edmonson County next week. Shotgun formation here for the Cougars. Handing it off and carrying it across the left side. He's got a hole, and he's got room, and he's going to break through across the 50, being spun down. Colton Mudd was the one on the carry there. He'll be brought down out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And that is a big-time pickup there for the Cougars of 28 yards. So 1:20 now to play, so I think we can count it down here. Cougars opening up the year here at 2-0 after a big victory here over the Nelson County Cardinals. In the backfield, trying to escape. He's got a big hole across the 35, and he's going to be brought down. Is Wood in the backfield. In there on the tackle was Bradley Vitt. And it is homecoming next week against Edmonson County. So we'll have all of that coverage here. Cougars will have to take one more snap here as the ball was taken down to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 6 yards. So Cougars winning this one 49-0 here over Nelson County in a game that took just about 2 hours to play. It was a long first quarter, but since that point, as around the bend here goes Colton Mudd. He's got room inside the 25, and he's finally going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line. And that should do it. Grayson County going to pick up the W here tonight after a 14-yard run there by Colton Mudd. 49-0. Cougars defeat Nelson County here tonight. We'll wrap things up here after this, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
Have you ever wished your life came with a handbook? Well, you're in luck. That's exactly what the Grayson County Extension Office is. Your handbook for life. Let the ladies at the Extension Office bring you the most up-to-date information in all areas of your life, like cooking, gardening and canning, financial stability, disease awareness classes, early childhood education, farming, and even 4-H club, just to name a few. But if you can think of it, the Grayson County Extension Office can teach you. A free resource to help you navigate life a little easier.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to college level. They're not really focused on getting you to college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT-KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
At the core of most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Welcome back here to Cougar Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars have picked up a 49-0 victory here over Nelson County, and they improved to 2-0 on the year. A lot to be happy about. Hopefully talk to a member of the Cougar coaching staff here at some point, but Sam Gormley back here with you for the call of tonight's game, and you got to be a lot to be happy about. The Cougars got things going with a 24-yard touchdown run by Hunter Gibson. And Gibson found Hunter Toms in the end zone for a 35-yard touchdown, and then Hunter Gibson scored another touchdown of his own. He added actually 2 more in the game, a 3-yard touchdown run and a 19-yard touchdown run, and then Nason Miller added a 1-yard touchdown run as well to give the Cougars the 35-0 lead at the half. And then the first play, the first snap, no, they didn't even take a snap. The kickoff return to start the second half was returned by Logan Kopp. We're thinking at about 80 yards. We'll have to go back and watch the film to see. And then a 1-yard touchdown run by Jacob Kerr did the way for that as well. So the Cougars again win this one by a final score of 49-0, and a lot really to be happy with here in this game. If we can do a peer down to see if there is a Cougar coaching staff member, not just yet here to come up and see us here in this game. So a lot to be happy about here today as we'll look and go forward here and see if we can't find you with any score updates. While we see and keep an eye open, I still don't see anyone coming up, but I would presume that it will be any time now, because I would guess that the Cougar coaching staff has to be pretty happy. So looking at some scores here, I'm not really seeing. Logan County leads Muhlenberg County 46-0. And that's really all I have to really bring you right now. Not a lot going on right now. There's a lot of final scores here coming through, and not much to bring you action-wise right now. See if I can't see anything else really quick. And Evansville Central leads Owensboro 10-8. That is in the third quarter. And that's really all of the scores that we have to bring you right now. We'll take a break, though, as it's a good day to be a Cougar fan. 49-0. The Cougars have won this one against Nelson County, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Grayson County comes up with a win here today by a final score of 49-0 over Nelson County. It's their largest win in a game since October the 26th of 2012 when they defeated McLean County by 41 points. That was hosted on the road at McLean County. So it's a good day to be a Cougar fan. And I have an update here. Bowling Green has scored, and they now lead McCracken County 21-14. So a great day here to be a Cougar fan. And, of course, next week is the one that every Cougar fan takes and they circle on their schedule at the start of the year. When's it happening? When's it happening? And that's exactly when it will be happening, and that is Edmonson County homecoming next week. So we'll be sure to bring you all of the action from that game as we move forward here tonight. So it's a good day to be a Cougar fan. In fact, we have an update here as Edmonson County now leads Butler County 41-12 with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the third quarter of tonight's game. So you're seeing a lot of scores come in here. You're seeing Edmonson County's up on a Butler County team that's really struggled lately. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams come out. But like I always like to say, when you get to a rivalry game, sometimes you just throw everything out the window because both teams want to win at an even higher level, especially to take the coveted tobacco stick, which the Cougars obviously have right now. We'll take a break and we'll wrap things up here after this, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars have defeated Nelson County tonight by a final score of 49-0. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Cougars, Ed Smart. And coach, 49-0 tonight, and it was a game where you had it in control from the opening kickoff where you recovered the fumble, and it was just really from then you stepped on the gas and didn't look back.
Yeah, I mean, it was ain't quite the same Nelson teams that poor Danny Clark had to play. So, they were struggling. They didn't win a game last year, and I've been there, and it's really tough. And when things start going bad, when you've lost that many games, it's really difficult. And I think you can kind of see that out of them that, we get to kick off and then we go down and score because they were pretty fired up and playing hard. And, we kick it off again, and they go 3 and out, and we get decent field position and go down and score. And then you can just gradually see, them just kind of giving up hope. So, but I mean, a win's a win, and so I always take a win.
Hunter Gibson tonight had a couple of touchdowns, including a passing one there on a little bit of some trickeration to Hunter Tums, so Hunter-to-Hunter combo there. Are you really wanting to see Hunter kind of be that, not necessarily dual threat, but a guy that can also pass a little bit more out of the backfield if you so ask him?
It was just something that, it's we've had that play in since I've been here for a long time. You just got to have another kid that can throw it. And last couple of years we were lucky to have one kid that could throw it. So, but, Gibby can throw a little bit. So, I mean, it was something that we worked on, and they did a good job executing.
You got to get some. We were talking with Coach Jones before the game here today, and he had said that his goal is that hopefully that you guys will get ahead at a point that you can get some of the younger guys in there. And you did get some of your guys in there, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Did you see anything from some of those younger guys that really made you happy?
Well, that's one of the things we talked about. For me, I won't talk about offense, but defensively, some guys got in and some guys screwed up and got taken out. Other guys played well, and I told them that, when you have your opportunity to get in the game, that you have to make the most of that opportunity. And, ultimately, as a coach, it's whether or not do you trust that kid to do what he's supposed to do, and you have to earn that trust. And some of it is done during the off season and conditioning and practice, but ultimately when it's on Friday night, how do you respond? And some of the kids did well, made me feel good. I really thought Ben Rogers came in with that second group and did what he was supposed to do, and it's all about responsibility. And all week we had preached because I was worried about their quarterback. So we kind of changed our scheme up a little bit where our ends took the quarterback. And last week in practice, I was scared about Ben taking the quarterback from Hancock. He didn't play much, and I brought that up. And this week he did really good. So that's exactly kind of what you're talking about.
Defensively, though, you mentioned in really, I think, your varsity team, and you put in some of those JV guys. I mean, I'm not even sure they had positive yardage at some point. You have to be happy with some of the things you did see out of that defense.
Was till the very end, as usual, and I told him that. I mean, it's just, when you're time to play, you got to play. But, yes, I mean, we've went 6 quarters now and only given up 1 first down. And then we put those young guys in, and a couple of our linebackers messed up, and all of a sudden they got some yardage and stuff like that. And anybody that knows me knows that, to me, for us to be successful here at Grayson County, we got to really play good defense. And, I think the last 2 games have shown that. And, next week is a whole nother ball game, though.
You mentioned next week you got the rivalry game.
Which I have no idea why somebody scheduled homecoming for that, but nobody asked me these decisions. So
you got Edmonson County, though, coming in, and it's a team that was young last year when you played them.
Yeah.
And now it's a team, though, that's played that 1 year together. I know they're beating Butler County right now, and I know that you have not done really much prep work into them at all. But
oh, I did. Trust me.
Oh, did you? So what is your first impression, though, on Edmonson County then?
Well, I mean, they got all their skill kids back, and they got a really nice quarterback. And so, I mean, last week they played Portland, Tennessee, and Portland really got after them and kind of made them backpedal a little bit. I know what was going to happen tonight with Butler, but you know, that group of juniors is the ones when they were 8th graders that went whatever the middle school championship, all that stuff is. They went really far into it, and their coach was the coach then. So I know they really like playing for them. They play really hard, and you know, you look at last year, and a couple of our kids that were really main key players last year that made big plays against them are not here, and so I'm really, really worried about our secondary and our outside because we've not really been tested with anybody throwing the ball.
Well, good luck next week. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you very much.
We'll have more here coming up after this. See you.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County, where the Cougars have defeated the Nelson County Cardinals tonight by a final score of 20. So they're 2-0. They won 49-0, so it was a dominating performance tonight. Be sure to check back on Monday morning. Don Brown will be here with your recap of the game, so a lot to look forward to in that from Don. He'll let you know anything that you missed, and you can also go back and watch the broadcast and rewatch it as it'll be logged on our Facebook and also our YouTube channels. So Grayson County wins this one by a final score of 49-0 over Nelson County. They'll be back in action 1 week from tonight, as it's the big rivalry game, the one they circle against Edmonson County. It'll be homecoming here at home, 7 p.m. kick. So our coverage will start at 6:30. Whatever channel you're listening on right now, it will be on that starting next week. I want to thank our digital productions crew here tonight, Chase Blaine and Cody Brock, for all of their hard work here today. So for them, my name is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.